forgot to change my... Hi! 1 second. Very disorganized this morning. I'm going to switch my chairs. Better chair. Little taller. All right. All right. Well, Julie was here. So hello, Julie. Welcome. You're new to my channel. What? This is like the minute where I like mess with my hair. All right. Cool. Morning, everyone watching the replay. I did not post a link to the Facebook group. I've had a really busy week, and so I apologize. But I do have a Facebook group for this, and the link should be in the description if you want to follow along. There's about 6 of us right now, so it's a pretty small group, but hopefully it'll get bigger as we go through more books. I was kind of hoping that I would get at least one person this morning. I know it's a kind of a weird time and everybody probably works. But I guess I'll just jump in. So we're going to continue with Healing Wise. And I'm going to continue reading. I may skip around a little, like I may skip some stuff. I may not read it all the way through, but you know, I'm going to hit a lot. I'm going to read a lot of it. But also I wanted to start in on the herbs. She's got the part of the book is about herbs, and they're common. A lot of them are common weeds that you would find in your yard. They're considered weeds now, but they're medicinal plants that you can eat and you can use for medicine. So, and they're coming up now. So I wanted to go over our friend chickweed because chickweed is out, or it's coming out, and it's actually almost done. So, you know, I felt like that would be a good one to start with. You know, she does dandelion. I'm skipping burdock. You know, you usually use the root of the burdock plant, and that you would dig, I guess you would dig early spring, and then also in fall. But I'm just going to skip that for now. We'll come back to it, you know. Okay. So we left off on page 5 talking about the wise women tradition. And I am going to skip page 7 and 6 and go on to page 8, which is the wise woman tradition is invisible. And I was journaling. I sort of stopped because I ran out of some time, but I ended up just taking notes in the margins of the book as well. So, but let's see, this is sort of a start of my wise woman invisible page. But there was so much information. I was like, oh, I'm copying the whole book into my book. So I'm going to change up the way I'm doing things, but Okay, so this is page 8, if you want to follow along, if you have the book. The wise woman tradition is invisible. And while I'm reading, I want you guys to think about the question of how have you ever felt invisible in regards to your health? You know, because a lot of times, like, I look really healthy right now, but I'm a good weight. I'm very skinny. Like, my skin looks good, but I am struggling with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. And they can't see that, so I think, so just if you have experienced where you look healthy on the outside and yet you are struggling with a health issue on the inside, and it's difficult because people can't see that struggle, or this idea of healing being invisible. It's very intangible. Yeah, I guess you can take a pill and see I take this pill, I get well, but like, there are more things to healing than that. And often we have to use other methods that are harder to see that correlation between I do this thing and then I think that health is a little more winding and elusive and behind the scenes. But this is what she's talking about. And feel free to answer in the comments or on the Facebook page. And so I'm gonna, or if you're here, if you've made it, feel free to pop in and comment on the live comments here. I'm gonna change. I have top chat. I don't know why I have top chat on. There we go. Live chat. Well, no one's here, but still, I would see all the chat. So, okay, we will get started. So the wise woman tradition is invisible. The wise woman tradition is the oldest tradition of healing known on our planet. Yet one that is rarely identified, rarely written or talked about. It is an invisible tradition. Flexible and common, claiming no healers, having no universities, no institutions. The wise woman tradition is hard to see. I feel it as an invisible thread humming with wholeness. Ancient and vibrant, stretched through my life, stretched through the lives of all who went before and all who come after me. An invisible, tenacious thread. Hi, Julie. Welcome back. Hello. Hey, thanks for welcome to my channel. Thanks for subscribing. I have started reading the book. If you have this book, feel free to follow along. And I am on page 8, reading about the wise woman tradition is invisible. And I had asked the question, hey. I'd asked the question, have you ever felt invisible as far as your health is concerned? I just use me as an example. I look very healthy. Having some light issues. I have a lamp here. And you can't but I am struggling with irritable bowel syndrome, so that is very under the surface. So, and also the fact that like, you know, healing, like if you take a pill and then you have a result, that's very noticeable. But a lot of healing isn't like that, you know, like you, it's more winding, it's less, you know, it's more invisible. It's more stuff like that. Epilepsy. Yeah. So chronic pain. Yeah. So those things are, you won't be able to see them on the surface. And so, and a lot of healing for that or management of that is, you know, there's not necessarily a pill for it. It's just these lifestyle things that we do that are not very obvious. So I'm gonna restart the section. So let's see, and then I'm going to also read some, and then I'm going to skip to where she talks about chickweed. She talks about the plants, some plants, common herbs, because they're popping up here. So I thought it'd be cool to go over that, what's coming up. Okay, cool, awesome. Get comfy. Susun Weed's a bit wordy, but that's good. That's good. The wise woman tradition is the oldest tradition of healing known on our planet, yet one that is rarely identified, rarely written or talked about. It is an invisible tradition, flexible and common, claiming no healers, having no universities, no institutions. The wise woman tradition is hard to see. I feel it as an invisible thread, humming with wholeness, ancient and vibrant, stitched through my life, stitched through the lives of all who went before and all who came after me. An invisible, tenacious thread. The reasons for the invisibility of the wise woman tradition are manifold. Nourishing is an invisible process. Which is, the wise woman tradition is based on nourishment, a basic process generally taken for granted, not considered worthy of much note. Nourishment through giving suck and gathering and preparing food is presented as background by anthropologists who are fascinated by the occasional dramatic hunt. Wise women nourish in invisible ways, helping others to empower themselves without saying, hey, look at me healing you. Look at me teaching you. Exactly, Julie. Proper diet is really important, and it's something that like people struggle with all the time. And I work at a grocery store, and people just don't know what to eat. I mean, I work in a health food grocery store, you know, where supposedly the healthy foods are, and there's all these diets, and people just struggle. And you know, I myself struggle. I wasn't taught, but it's like these basic things that are so important. And like finding the right diet for me, and it was important to like my health and my continuing health. And it's not very, you know, we don't really teach, I mean, I took like a cooking class in high school, but we learned how to make biscuits and cheese sauce. So it wasn't like really like a nutrition class. So the second reason this tradition is invisible is it says mothers are invisible. Virtually all health care given worldwide is provided by mothers who care for their family's health. And most of this is done in the wise woman tradition. But this is not measured nor paid for in anything. Isn't that what mothers do? They don't. I mean, I went through high school 93 to 96. And like we had home I did home ec, and I learned how to make a sweatshirt. And then I had that cooking class. But it was really, really nothing. So fairies wash the dishes. Yeah. Yeah. So like some of those basic stuffs are just really important to life. I mean, me and my brother, it was our job to wash the dishes, and we hated it, but did you bake a pecan pie? Baked a pecan pie piece. Did you bake a pie? Pies are good. I like pie. Oh, and home ec. Okay. I think that trumps my cheese sauce. Definitely. I would rather learn how to make a pie. Like, it's like we had these like ancient little stoves that like just you could tell like didn't get used. Let's see. Women, especially women of color, are invisible to white men and white male society. The wise woman tradition is a women-centered tradition. For hundreds of years, the news of the world has been given to us by white men who barely see women at all, let alone black women. And they do not even see women as powerful, even when they do perceive women's existence. This is a generalization, but it is an issue. Like, I know not all men are like this, but it's definitely an issue in our society. So I'm not, but I just wanted to, just say that props to the men who are awesome and treating women well, and with respect and all that stuff. It's definitely not healthier, no, but I think that you can still take like the pie skills used and make a healthier pie, transpose it maybe into like a quiche or something. But I was really proud of the sweatshirt I made, even though we made it like from little kits, and I was like, I can't believe I sewed this. But so that was fun. Your comment was held for review because you said ass, but that's fine. Not a big deal. I mean, I can say stuff, but it'll hold you if you type certain words. I mean, yeah, and that's just basically relationship stuff. And a health issue can be a burden. It can be a strain on a relationship. My husband and I struggle. So, oh no, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's just YouTube. YouTube does that. I'm not offended. It's just they're weird about things. So, but I just let your comment go through because it's fine. So yeah, I mean, it can be a strain, but I mean, health is I mean, and to an extent, everyone has health issues. Some of us just have more, and they're bigger, and they're, but you know, it's had my health issues, I think, had an effect on my husband, and he is working to, I mean, he's always worked with health, but he's struggled, and so, but I really feel like it has an effect on him, to look at his health, and you know, now he's taking care of himself much better. He's cooking, and he's not just eating junk, and he's, you know, so I'm really proud of him. And you know, he struggles with other things, which I'm not going to go into, but yeah. So let me see. She's pretty. So women healers, midwives, herbalists are frequently written out of accounts, omitted when lists are recopied, or known only by husband's name. And the lineage of the European wise woman tradition has gone up in flames so often that tracing that thread is difficult indeed. So another reason is a wise woman making dinner is invisible. To claim that she is engaged in healing her family and community and helping her universe and keeping her universe in balance is a lot to claim for dinner. This is the wise woman way. Spoken words are invisible. The wise woman tradition is an oral tradition, and we have grown accustomed to believing things only if they're written down in books, like this one. The wise woman tradition flows from experience rather than faith in books, from creativity rather than dogma, from many unique individuals creating new ways to heal whole, creating new/old wise ways, rather than monolithic tradition that is non-repeatable, non-replicatable, ever-changing. Oh, no, that's fine. I mean, I don't know if you've been in, a lot of lives tend to wobble and swerve and go off topic. I don't feel like we're going off topic at all. It all has to do with health, and you know, and that's good to have a discussion. That's really what we're here to discuss: the book and the things that the book bring up for us, resonate and bring up for us, and things like that. So, you know, it's going to be a meander. So she's talking about words, and so, I mean, has there been, oh, the book. The book is called Healing Wise by Susun Weed. And it's on Amazon. It's very easily gettable. She talks about 3 healing different ways of looking at health in the first part of the book, which is what we're going over. And then the second part, she goes through a lot of common plants that you would find on your lawn, like dandelions, violets, nettles, singing nettles. And she has recipes, and she talks about, like, this is a nettle, well, this is nettle hair tonic, but nettle goat cheese casserole. So she's got, yeah, food recipes, nettle, shiitake nettle tofu quiche. So ways you can incorporate these herbs, not only in food, but also as medicine. And the last part of the book, it's all about how to make, like, salves, teas, tinctures, and all that stuff, oils. And she uses a method called the wise woman, the folk method, or the wise woman method, where it's simple, easy, not a lot of measuring. You can do this at home. You don't need a lot of equipment to do it. So it's a cool beginner's book. The beginning part is very dense. So, but yeah, that's the book. She's got a lot of other books that that are really good, nice. So and so the second way of looking at health is called the heroic, and then the third way is the scientific, which is followed mostly by our Western medicine doctors. No measuring, like, right, in Grandma's day, exactly. Pinch of that, dash of this, you know. Yep. Easy. And then later you can learn other ways. There's a weight to volume method to making tinctures, and there's other things you can learn if you want to, you know, do more measuring and have more of a repeatable result. But the herbs are going to be fine. They're going to work. So, yeah, so it's a cool book. I do find the beginning a lot, but she brings up a lot of interesting ideas. So, so yeah, is there a time like in your life where like words you felt like, you know, someone said something to you and, you know, it's really had like an impact on your health? Let's see. Ooh, nice. Sage. Awesome. Awesome. My friend Heather, who's not here, she's probably in her garden right now because it's a gorgeous day, and we live, you know, she's in like the state next to me, so we tend to have similar weather, and so she's probably in her garden. She has a huge garden, which is awesome. So that's awesome. I know the trees are flowering and everything. Oof. Well, I mean, sometimes words you need that's pretty harsh, but sometimes it's good to know the impact of certain habits. And that's a difficult one. That's a challenge. I'm not gonna say that's not hard. It is. So, you know, I wish you luck and support, and just have patience with yourself. I don't know if you've tried to quit before. Some people I know do it with patches. My dad did it cold turkey, and he put all the money he was going to spend on cigarettes to buying himself something he really loved, like an $800 TV. There are herbal. Oh, awesome. So did you do it? Well, if you did it, that's awesome. If you're still having some lung problems, well, I don't know if you want to go smoking again. Well, anyway, there are some herbals, like herbal smoking blends that help with the lungs, like have herbs like mullein in it and stuff like that. But if you've totally stopped smoking, I wouldn't recommend probably going back and smoking anything. But yeah, that's totally awesome. Good job, because that's difficult to do. Yeah. And if you haven't, that's okay as well, because it's difficult. But I support you if that is something that you you know, that's your goal in mind. I want to say, you know, got your back. So we all struggle with things. For me, it's more like chocolate, food-based eating for stress and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, was stuck in the hospital 6 days, hooked up to. Yes, I was going to mention that. Okay. Was that 12 years ago? When that happened? And I have heard people use the hard candy for that. Yes. Sometimes it has to come to that point before we are able to. Sometimes we have to hit a certain level before we're able to climb back up. Start. Yay! Yay! Good job. That is amazing. My camera keeps like freaking out, and I don't know why. So I'm like getting blurry and not getting blurry. I'm probably going like this, and it's like, ooh. You're welcome. You're welcome. For me, I completely stopped eating. I was unable to eat. I had so much pain, and I wasn't eliminating. I wasn't eating, and I was just in bed, on the phone to my mom all day, and so they're in Texas, and they came here, and they helped me. We got up with an integrative medicine doctor because the regular MDs, I had all the tests and everything was fine, and they couldn't do anything anymore for me, but I was still sick. So I went to Texas for 5 months, and I'm coming up on. I came back May 11th or 12th last year. I'm in North Carolina, so I came back home, and it's coming up on that day. So I've almost been home for a whole year. And it's an everyday thing. But I hope one day to get back to full health. I'm doing way better. I'm eating, number one. I'm doing a lot of other stuff, like things are working. So but sometimes it just takes. Oh, you did? Awesome. I'm in the western part of the state. I'm in the mountains, and I also spent some time in Northeast North Carolina at the beach. So what part of the state did you live in? And I went to college in Winston-Salem, so I've been sort of all over. But this is my favorite part, and I love it. I don't know if. Whoa! 4 surgeries. Wow. Durham. Okay. Wow. That is a lot. That is a lot. Well, I hope you're doing much better now. And recovery takes a while too. Like, we think we're going to be bam back up, or our society, but it just takes time. So I'm going to read a little more. So there is no visible structure in the wise woman tradition. There is no hierarchy in the wise woman tradition. No difference between above and below. No order of authority. No sense of man as better than all other forms of life. There's no president, no guru, no chairman of the board. There are no rules to follow. You can't get a degree or certification in the wise woman tradition. You can't be tested in it because there are no right and wrong answers. Uniqueness is invisible. Each healing ritual encounter with the wise woman tradition is unique. Repetition is neither sought nor valued. In the scientific worldview, a single instance of anything is virtually invisible. The more repeatable something is, the more visible it is. Commonness is invisible, is another reason. It's just too familiar. When the European came upon native cultures, he could not see that there were medicine women, because all women were medicine women. The few medicine men, often dressed up as women, were invisible to him. And so European cultural biases perpetrated the myth of the medicine man, and the medicine woman remained invisible. Oh. Oh no. Oh, wow. 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 Well, that's intense. I had a fibroid, a big one in my uterus that I had to have surgery for. And can you see my cat? Anyway, that's my cat Horace. It's one of my cats in the back. So the other one is somewhere in the kitchen. So, wow, that is intense. Well, I still do hope you are feeling better and you're healing from that. I 2 or 3 more days at home. Wow. Well, I'm so glad that didn't happen. I also feel like I could have ended up in the hospital with like a feeding tube. Getting there. That's good. That's good. Like I said, it takes time. Definitely, like for me, like the only recommendation that I'll make is if you haven't, if you have the means, and it's expensive, but if you haven't tried acupuncture, I have found that it has made a huge difference in my life. It is a slow medicine, but and that's all. I just have to put that out there because it's helped me so much. Because what if I already didn't have an affinity towards the natural? I feel like, and we're going to discuss this probably later on, but anyway, never mind. We'll talk about that later. I'm going to try to stay on track, even though we can wobble, and we have been, but okay. All right. I get nervous. I do. So, no, it's okay. No, but I was gonna go into something way off topic, so I'm gonna save it. But I'm glad you're doing better. Because it's all in the discussion of health and how we look at health, and that's what this book is talking about, the first part, and even the whole book. Yeah, I mean that's why I do it live, to have a chat, to have interactions. I mean, at some point, hopefully we'll get more people. So that'll make the chat even more engaging and I think even more interesting. I've definitely found like it's been really cool already. So a lot to talk about. Brings up a lot of stuff. I have been married only less than a year, but we have been together 13 years. So, but we got married in June of this year, of last year. Let's see. So commonness. Oh wait, I read that. Prevention is invisible. If I drink nettle infusion while pregnant and don't hemorrhage, I haven't done anything visible or noticeable. We have become so used to invasive preventative medicines, as with mammograms, The nourishing as prevention is invisible to us. With Wise Woman Ways, we resonate in health throughout our lives, so there are fewer emergencies and fewer heroic measures needed. Been married 24 years, been together 33. Wow. Awesome. Well, congratulations. It's something that I never like even thought about for my life, that I would, you know, I mean, I wanted to be in a relationship like I have now. But you know, oh, thank you. Thank you. It's good. It's good. It takes some work, but it's really good. And I really I like the partnership, you know, working together for you know, a common goal of, you know, helping each other out, because we need help. And that's one of the things I learned is, you know, to ask for help, you know, throughout my whole sickness and everything. And I'm still learning that, because I'm still definitely not asking for help as much as I should, but it's much better than it was. So cannot do it all. So this is talking about prevention. Excuse me, burp. Oh, should drink something. So I know so is there, okay. So one of the powers of the wise woman is invisibility. A wise woman tradition midwife tells me that when she is profusely thanked right at the birth, she reconsiders what she did, looking for ways to become more invisible. I'm there to help her remember her power, not to display mine. I'm there to support her to deliver the baby. I don't deliver. I'm only there if I'm needed. The more invisible I am, the more I can really help. Because it's invisible, the wise woman tradition is difficult to discover and easy to ignore. At the same time, because the wise woman tradition is the oldest tradition of healthcare among humans, the ways are deeply embedded in our collective consciousness, in our morphogenic fields, in our ancient brain parts. We can try to ignore the wise woman tradition, but it won't leave us alone. The wisdom of the wise woman exists within each of us. It exists within you, and it can come to life within you. The wise woman tradition. How do I know? The most frequent comment and my favorite compliment after a talk on the wise woman tradition. I already know everything you had to say. I just needed you to remind me. So that's the end of that bit. We're ending on page 10. So, yeah, does that, any of that, resonate with you? Does any of that, like, make sense? Or, you know I do things that, I hope helps, to keep my health well as preventative measures. And is there any, I know that you've been through health issues, and do you do anything that you know, might be considered invisible health practices? Chickweed. I'm finding tickweed. And don't drink, don't smoke. Yep. That's good. It's definitely good. And I also don't drink and don't smoke. And I exercise, good for my brain and my body. And I try to eat my veggies. It's important for me, and you know, everybody is different. So there's not a wrong or right answer here. So everyone listening on the playback, you know, comment below or on the Facebook group about what you do that may be considered invisible as a healthcare. Whether somebody has said some words to you that contribute to your health, whether it's other things like food, exercise, anything that is not normally considered by, you know, I guess the mainstream healthcare or ways of healing ways. Salads are awesome. Yes. Definitely. And you can put, I don't know if you're familiar with this plant chickweed, but you can put this chickweed in your salad and it's fantastic. It's popping up now. It's probably flowering. Still eat it when it flowers. Those little white flowers. So this is on page 113 for everyone who has the book, and I'm just going to read a little bit of chickweed. We're having just a little bit of a talk about it. But I've got about, yes, look it up online. This is a really nice drawing of it, but it's tiny. Low to the ground, likes cool, and although I've seen it in a garden, like in full sun, but it's very tiny, almost like a ground cover. It has a fuzzy stem. So, and I like that she talks as the plant. So this is Chickweed Speaks. Hi, come play for a while. Come play with the fairies and me. Come play with the fireflies and me. Come play in the starfields with me. I am a cool chick. Chickweed indeed. No, not chicory. That comes out later and has blue flowers. Call me Stellara, the little star lady, if you like. Then you won't confuse me with that bold thing chicory. So unladylike. I will type in the, I will type in the Latin name. So you can, I would look this up by the Latin name so you can find the right plant. The right, and that is chickweed. And it's easiest to identify when it's flowering. You know, you can get a wildflowers guide. It also depends on where you are. If you're still in North Carolina, that's great. Chickweed grows there. I've even found it in Texas, yos. So, so it's possible that it can grow in hotter areas, but it will have a shorter growing season. What do you want to play? Do you want to play Moon and Stars? Why so puzzled? Oh, you can hear me, but you can't see me. There's a laugh like the twinkling of the heavens. Of course, you used to looking in the sky for stars, aren't you? But I'm the little star lady of the fields. I spread my little stars at your feet. Michigan. Okay. Yeah, it's possible, definitely. And it may not be up yet in Michigan. So, because you probably are, I mean, you can find this plant under the snow. But I'm assuming you're not quite yet as far along in the spring as we are. So that's good. It's a very common plant. Grows in yards as a weed. So, just make sure that you are able to identify it. Maybe there's like some local herbal people in your area that can help with the identification. There is one that's supposed to look like it, but I don't find it looks anything like it. But I did a live chickweed video where I made chickweed oil. So that might help on the identification for you. So you can see the plant in action in the field. Let's see. Sit down here now for a minute. We'll play Moon and Stars later, if you like. Can you see me now? Reach out and put your hand among the mosaics of my flowers, my mandala stars. Feel the energy of the stars in you. Let yourself become available to the energy of my stars, and through them to all the stars in the cosmos. Yes, become available to the energy of the cosmos. That's how we begin another game I love to play. Leaky margins. There's a crackle like moonstruck icicles vibrating. It's a game of becoming more than you know you are. It's a game of removing boundaries. When I play it with your cells, the cell's membrane thin, your lungs release fluid, intestinal absorption increases, bacteria becomes highly vulnerable to white blood cells, and instant optimum nourishment is available to every cell that I contract, especially injured ones. A few other books? Okay. They may have it in there. So that'll help as well. Yeah. I mean, we're right into like 70s right now. And it might go down again, but all the trees are blooming and everything else. So the spring train is hit here. Leaky margins is a game I play a lot. Do you want to play? Do you want to experience for yourself the joy and perfection, the grief and chaos that stems through the universe? Anytime you want to, I'll play with you. Just let me know. How do I play leaky margins in yourselves? Oh, I am a lady. There's a sigh like the sound of snowflakes sliding on pine needles. The little star lady. And ladies do not tell certain things. The slippery soap-like way I have of sliding into everything and sponging off the spills is really very private. The way I replace fat with protein and mineral salts is not for public discussion, please. That'll work too. The internet and a library card. That's right. That's definitely true. I mean, the internet is amazing. So just have you noticed? Oh, and also like you could do, if you don't have something, so I like the Petersons because, so this is the Petersons Wildflower Guide. And I like it because it's by color. So you're like, white flower, And you can look up it by the color when it, well, I think chickweed is in here actually. Let's go find that. Aha! I bookmarked it because, you know, I'm like that. Oh. So 30, let's see. Stitchweed, common chickweed. Okay. So it sits here under the white flower. And you can see this one in the corner. There's a bunch of them. Field chickweed. Star chickweed is pretty awesome. I think that's mostly from the so this is it right here. It'll focus. Oh, come on. Come on, rib here. Yeah. So and it gives a description. Common chickweed, you know, so you can you know, make sure you have the right plant. But I like this one. There's also Newcomb's Wildflower Guide as well. Does a little. It all has its own like system. Then you get a plant identification. It's like a lot, but that's why I like the Peterson's. You just sort of start on that. Salads contain lettuce mix, cabbage, carrots. It's a good mix. It's a good mix. I don't even know if I need this note anymore. Okay, we'll just leave it over here. I personally don't eat salads because I have digestive issues. So like cold things are harder on the digestive system. So everything I like warm up. But I think salads are great, and I would love to be able to eat more of them, or any of them. Like, I mean, but that's great. We can. I like my two favorite meats are bacon and chicken, and that's the two I eat. You know, it's good to mix it up. So, and seafood is good for you. I'm not a seafood fan. And then this book actually talks about seaweed. So, yeah. So if you like fish, you may also like seaweed. There's something that we sell in our store called seaweed snacks, and it's this thin seaweed, like a almost like a chip. And seaweed is really good for you. You could even like sprinkle it into your salads. Oh, yeah. Well, not exactly like spinach, and spinach is also really good in a salad. Like I really love spinach raw. So I would definitely like recommend that if you haven't tried that. But you can even she's got a Think Spring salad. The sub, well, there's a lot of things I can't eat. So I definitely can't eat anything from Subway. I'm basically like very basic: meat, veggies, olive oil, seeds, nuts, stuff like that. Like it's just very so. So this is a salad that she has. It's chickweed, watercress, fresh flowers. And the flowers can be violets. You can eat violet flowers. Chives. It's neat. But yeah, chickweed is really good in the salad. This is a chickweed bacon and tomato sandwich. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's been tough. It's just the story of my life for years and years and years and years and years. Look at this. Look at this. This is how old I've had this book for. But you know, it's all about. It does sound good, right? Yeah. It's all about, you know, finding what's best for my body to eat, and then also making it really tasty and interesting. So that's what I'm working on. Although I do eat a lot of just, you know, just veggies and chicken and stuff like that. But almond butter like that. Anyway, so chocolate. Need some of that dark chocolate. But I'm off a lot of stuff. That, yeah. So that's been challenging, but you know, I've got a very, very sensitive stomach. Let's see. I think we are. Yeah, me too. Chocolate is super good. I like. There's this really lovely chocolate by me. It's this huge bar, and it's got these big pieces of almonds in it, and it's got salt in it, and it's so good. Are you saying? Did you say your sister gets migraines? I've definitely had some throughout my life, although they're not that common right now for me, but that does suck. They can be difficult. Have you noticed how smooth I am? Smooth and cool and sleepy. Some say. There's a laugh like a ripple of ice sounding in the frozen lake. Do notice my points. I am not altogether without an edge. I do have some sharp abilities. I do not sleep in, as some suppose from seeing my flowers opening so late in the day. I stay in meditation, that's all, and so don't open my flowers till mid-morning. What of it? I'm not lazy. My inspiration is not the sun, if you want the truth. I am the little star lady, remember? Though the sun is a star, I admit. I find it a star too near, too fierce, too hot, too drying. How I love the rainy days when I lie close to the earth and bend my flowers' ears to her song. I love the short days of winter. I love long twilights. I love the revealing shade. I love cool corners. There's a murmur of shade settling softly into place. Yet one must pollinate. There's another thing we ladies don't speak about, so don't ask. If I don't desire pollination, I wouldn't show my delicacy to the sun at all. But my life is short, and I want to leave children, so I must set seeds, and pollination is needed for that. At least not so sticky-footed insects leap at me. And I do it wearing white lace. A lady can remain pure even in such circumstances, I believe. Oh, wait, she gets migraines from chocolate? Ooh, that sucks. Yeah. hopefully she can eat lots of other tasty things to make up for it. That's why there's so many tasty things, so many options. I am sharp like a needle to repair your rips. I am sharp like a knife to cut through your problems. See how skillfully I can sew together the traumatized flesh, the broken self, the torn weave of your being. See how I can cut away obstacles, infections, limitations, resistance, rigidity. Do not fear to bring me into frightful and messy situations. This is about ladies. Though we don't like to admit our own juiciness, and I am very juicy, we don't mind mucking about in someone else's fluids. It's a crazy description. This is just so like you get a sense of like, it's more like she puts like personality to a plant, help you connect with it. Right, so coffee can help migraines. And chocolate has caffeine in it. Yeah, I don't know. People are different. Everyone is different. And that is, why health is so tricky. See what tender care I take of my new leaves and flower buds. See how secretly I protect them in the embrace of my leaves. I am so tender and careful with myself. It may look weak and pale to some, inconspicuous and insignificant to others, but I assure you, I am worth the effort to get to know, for I go everywhere and offer you abundant nourishment and prompt healing. And I do mean everywhere. We little star ladies get around the city or country, north or south. The little star lady is on the scene, ready to play. Now, about our game of moon and stars. So then she goes into chickweed facts and a weed walk, and uses and properties, and all that stuff we're not going to get into today. So, how to use her, nourishing food, cool helper when the situation is hot, an eye opener, healer of wounds, diet pill, joint oiler. So I've got a poultice, an eye lotion, greens, the salad, chickweed tabbouleh, chickweed pesto, and some fun facts. So definitely not going to get into that. So, I guess this is all the time I'm going to have for today. But we'll just, yeah, there's a ton of uses for all of these little plants. But I'll have to get into that next time. So, next week, we will pick up with the wise woman tradition is a spiral. And then you missed it, Heather. Hey. Oh no. I was just talking about your big garden earlier. That sucks. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I guess you'll have to watch the... Oh, okay, you went to the grocery store. Well, that's very appropriate. We were doing a lot of talk about food. So, but yeah, it's going to be... it should be every Thursday at 11 Eastern. Yes, Julie is a new subscriber, so she was able to join me for the chat, which is cool. No, no, Heather, it's fine. You know, you'll catch it next time. We'll be up here yammering at everyone. So we did talk about chickweed, and then we also talked about wise women tradition being invisible. But yeah, I do have to hop off because I've been on like an hour. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Oh, Mama Squirrel subscribed to me, which was really nice. So I was really excited about that. Be cool if she was able to pop in on any of the videos. But I mean, if she's just watching or subscribe for support, I was really excited. That really made my day. I've been having some stress with my energy. It's been really lousy. I'm probably going to be doing like a lot of lives because I think it's going to be difficult for me to do recorded videos for a little while. So yeah, definitely. That was so great that Jen put up that list and everyone can put up their channels, and I subscribe to a bunch of people too. So and everything. So it was really, really awesome. And it really sucks that I can't do lives, away from my computer. Some people have figured out a way to do it, but yeah. And Heather, I think you don't have do you only have a phone, or no, you have a computer. So all you would need is a webcam, unless you have one already. But we couldn't go out to your garden and see anything, which would suck. I tried Streamlabs, and I got it to go on. There was like a lot of lag, but it never showed up after the video was done. The replay never came up. So I guess I would have to talk to Wizards Tower because they got it to go on. You don't think your signal is strong enough? Did you? You would have to try and see, I guess. But there's no pressure. There's no pressure to make any videos, or do any lives. I mean, some of us, on your computer. I also did I subscribe to you, Julie? I don't know if I did or not. I don't think I did yet. But I will. Yeah, you can record and upload. Yeah. But the editing time for me right now is getting to me, especially with my energy, and so I'm going to be doing a lot of lives, which is fine. And then piece in the editing videos when I have time to edit them. Now I have a ton of ideas, but like the videos are sort of they're extra. So gotta watch my energy and everything. All right, guys. Well, Heather, I'm glad you made it in, even though it is almost, we're pretty much done. Shy, not a person, so much fun. Dude, Heather, I feel, I've said, I mean, I'm nervous online. I do get nervous. So, you're really, especially in a live, you're really like putting yourself out there. but like in a recorded video, less so, because you can edit out everything. Yeah, my energy, yeah, it's just part of the healing process. I don't have like a large reserve, and so, you know, I just have to make sure that I mean, it's really low because I wake up and I just feel like I haven't slept, I feel exhausted. So it's been a struggle. And I'm going to work tonight, but I am off tomorrow, which is great. And then I work the whole weekend, which sucks. Last weekend was really difficult, so hopefully this weekend will be better, and then next week will be even better because I don't work the whole weekend. So thanks. Oh, I am going to go live tomorrow. I will be live tomorrow doing a walkthrough and maybe some readings. I don't know. Kind of like an unboxing. I got the journey tokens from, oh my gosh, Kelly at the Truth and Story. She made these casting systems called journey tokens. Tomorrow before 11, no, it'll probably be at 11. Usually that's like the time the earliest I can go on. So, and that's like all I'm doing. Well, my husband's getting home at like 1, so we've got some time to like hang out. And I'll put up a thing I gotta put up a thing so that hopefully everyone get Kroger early. Yeah. And you know, going to the grocery store, getting it done early is one of my favorite things to do. You know, if I'm not already working because there's no one there. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm at the babbling stage. About an hour and a half is pretty much all I have before I start going. So thank you guys for joining me. If you're interested in joining the Facebook group it's the Herbal Book Club. Link is in the description. And then, you know, this will be every Thursday at 11. And bye, Julie. Bye, Heather. Cool. Awesome. Well, join us if you're up. If not, always the replay will be up and available to watch. Yeah. You guys take care. Bye.